Welcome back to our podcast. Hi, how are you? On this week's podcast episode, we decided to Halloween it up a little bit. So myself and Ciara have decided to dress up as our favorite YouTube docuseries, Miss Jeffree Star and
Mr. Shane Dawson.
it is
From
crazy.
The Conspiracy Palette. Not this one, but the Conspiracy Palette docuseries.
It is shameful that we already owned these tracksuits before filming this. This is something we had in our wardrobe already.
Unfortunately, yes.
But yeah, they're finally out. We've threatened to wear them to the airport a few times, but
Threatened.
we were going to wear them to the wedding. We were going to wear them in the car of the wedding. But this week's episode, we are discussing the rise and fall of Ethan Klein.
Love.
Welcome back. Starting off with a trolling photo of Ethan Klein.
Very troubling.
So that's,
Is that real?
No, that's not a real photo of him, but I think it is fucking hysterical because that's what I think of when I think of him. Like, that's
Ugly.
I feel like that's 5 years from now, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, yeah.
With that man.
For sure.
So, before we get started, Ethan Klein, we know who he is. Obviously, I think we've had a few conversations about him before, but like, I don't think we've ever gone in depth about him.
You and I definitely haven't. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I was very conscious of him for like a long time before the whole like Trisha Paytas thing, because he was H3H3 and he was like in with all of these people. He was in with that guy, is it iDubbbz?
Yeah.
And they were like
They were
good
besties.
They were good Judies. And then he kind of just like moved through and did whatever. You're going to have to not do that.
I know. You're right. It'll be 5 minutes and I'll forget we look like this, but it's right now. I'm looking at you like this. It's just having me a little bit of a moment. Mm-hmm. So you definitely knew a lot more than I.
Possibly, yeah, probably because he's also been on the internet since like forever. He's been one of those people that's like always been on as Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. He's just like been there forever and he's like documented his whole life and they're like whatever. But currently, I haven't been keeping super duper up to date, but I do know
We will go into that.
he's fucking crazy.
He's been crazy. So, Ethan Klein, the rise and fall of the man who clung to relevance.
Man who clung to relevance. T.
Table of contents. We will go through how I know about him. His life, frenemies, family tree, his political stance, and then pedophile?
Well, yes.
So, how he came into the scene for me. As those of you know, I am a Trisha Paytas stan. I know she's gotten cancelled 1,000 times. Yes, she can still do wrong in my eyes. I'm not saying she can't do wrong. She can do wrong because I think she's wrong on a lot of things. But I have so much time for her. I feel like she's one of the grandmothers of YouTube. She's been there
since day dot and she's our best friend.
She's our best friend. She'd be sitting right here in this.
She would with Jeffree and Shane. Do we not remember?
That was a whole era. That I like really, really, really was a Trisha Paytas fan. I still am actually. And to the extent that like the girls made fun of me, but a video of her surfaced and I ended up crying about it. I sent a video to Ciara of me crying because it was her singing on stage on a satellite show. And I think it's for me the fact that she has sold out shows. She cannot sing. She has sold out shows of her not being able to sing, but just doing like her own thing in the full costume, in the full outfits. And I love it. I'm obsessed. And I'm like, that's my dream. My dream job is to be able to do that. That I'm selling out shows, not because I can sing. And everybody in the audience knows I can't sing, but they're just still there to watch me perform because they can see I love it.
Yeah. My favorite people are the security guards who don't know who she is.
Yep.
And they're like, and people are losing their minds.
Yeah, losing their mind. As I would be too. I think she's amazing. I think she's come on leaps and bounds as well. But as it stands, I was a Trisha Paytas fan. And then all of a sudden, she started on this podcast called Frenemies with then Ethan Klein. So that's my introduction to him.
She does that, in fairness. She hippity hops.
She hippity hops. I had no idea who he was before. I hadn't seen him. I didn't know
Really?
H3. It's not something I'd ever come across. It wasn't on my feed. I didn't know what they had done. But it was when she started with Frenemies with him. That's how I was introduced to him.
People loved him.
Since then,
And
he's been on my
radar.
But that's the thing, I didn't realize there was such a love for him or like what his content was before. I was just like, oh, there's this guy who's now on
Yeah, because he used to come for her all the time.
Yeah,
This
so
was
they-
it. This was
they're
the
co-
dynamic.
Yeah, the whole thing of frenemies is that it's a controversial friendship, and we'll get into how like frenemies started. But this is who.
That's how you were
That's how I
introduced her.
was introduced
Fair. Into him, sorry, yeah.
to him. So, who the hell is he? I'm just gonna read a little bit about him. He is 40 years old. Ew. He is what?
Okay.
He's an American YouTuber, comedian, and podcaster. He is a host of H3 Podcasts.
Yes.
His first find fame was with the YouTube channel H3 Productions, created by him and his wife.
Gila. People were obsessed with them. They were like the couple goals.
Which I still find shocking because I had no idea who at all. And of course, as one of the things that is known about Ethan is he has Tourette's.
He does.
There's like I don't really know how Tourette's works in relation to like levels. In the fact that
Yeah,
there's
nor
some
do
people,
I actually. Some
there's
people it's super extreme.
yeah, some people are like you know they have involuntary arm movements and body convulsions and everything like that, and then others are quite smaller and just kind of little ticks.
He has, he kind
He
of
has little
twitches.
ticks, and you can see it in some of his like isms in his face. You know, he'll say
Yeah.
different things, and it'll be a thing where it's not Tourette's, where he keeps saying like outlandish words or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's right, but yeah, I suppose maybe it's a spectrum.
Oh, for sure. I think it's all like a spectrum.
Yeah, because you also have
I don't really know.
you do singer
Lewis Capaldi. Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Like they have it, but it's not as
Super pronounced. You can mask it.
you can mask it. I think in certain onto levels.
People
But
can mask it.
the other thing about him and his wife would be their fashion brand Teddy Fresh.
Yes. Huge.
Absolutely massive. That's had its own controversies throughout the years of like
Copying.
copyright. Yeah, they've taken like smaller creators' designs, sold it. The image that I have up on our screen is with James Charles.
I remember this.
Now they had theirs first. And
Oh,
then-
no, James
yeah,
Charles
like,
stole it.
Like stole it. Yeah, so it was like this is one where it was a different way around, but they had their design, which like to me, ugly.
It's of its time.
This was the vibe at the time, okay? You need to understand.
I'll give
You
it
had
to you.
to be
It's
there.
very-
It was Coachella. It was of its time.
It was 2020.
It was 2016, 17.
On the
For James Charles' stuff, yeah, for sure. But it was like, as in 2020, James Charles thing. But they started their brand like.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they started in 2017. Sorry, the James Charles jumper gate was 2020.
Yeah, but like that was, I think, their original style of jumper. So that was like 2017.
Yes,
It's very
sorry,
like
sorry,
color
sorry.
block. And it's also, to me, it's so COVID. That's a real COVID
So
brand.
when I was researching for this episode, I was looking at some of the images of their clothes.
COVID, it's like micro trendy.
Microtrend, so COVIDy, and then obviously as it has happened, very much Devil Wears Prada, and then it filters down to whatever bargain basement, and it filters down to Shein.
Yeah.
It's now, you know, like it was such an era of Shein that was like coming out. People had money to spend because we weren't going out. So what do people do? Buy all these clothes. I definitely had like, there's a few photos on my Instagram that I'm like, oh, that's so obviously COVID.
Yeah.
Do you know that I'm like, ooh,
It was really the trends and like the cow print.
the mirror outside.
The mirror outside. There were
Yeah.
so many things. The different filters.
Yes.
The whipped coffee. Oh,
Banana
what I would
bread,
give.
like the all of that kind of stuff. That,
Baked
but
oats. The feta pasta.
the feta
bitch.
pasta, which we still make to this day. So
Do you? I
Yeah.
never made it. I don't love feta.
did I never? You don't like feta, that's
don't
why.
like
I was like, why have I not? Did I not make that with boursin for you?
With what?
Whatever say boursin cheese. Can we get a French pronunciation? Boursin. Yeah.
I don't know. You might have done. I don't remember it.
I think you'd remember it.
I probably would. That's why it might not have happened.
Yeah, I'd say
might
you
have been
would.
someone else. It was probably one of your other bitches. Another thing recently about Teddy Fresh, and I'll tell you, is Miss Brittany Broski got in trouble
Oh.
because she's been wearing it up until very recently. Because I think she's affiliated somewhere in the production of it all. Because I saw this whole deep dive. Sorry, this now might be slightly
No,
off
you
topic.
go for it. I'm here for it.
But there was this whole thing where someone was talking about when her and Sarah Shower broke up and had their split.
God, that is crazy. I forget that they used to be together.
They
I
were
forget-
the duo.
They were the duo. Their YouTube videos and everything like that. I
Yeah.
forgot that was where she started.
They had a podcast together.
Yeah.
And then they ended the podcast. They ended their
Because
friendship
it was
essentially.
Vine. She was on Vine first.
She was? Sarah Shower, yeah. She was massive. And they're cousins. They called themselves cousins all the time. I don't know if that was a lie.
Yeah.
And they were just like saying it. But they were super duper close. And then there was a big split. There was a big rift. No one knows anything about it. But all of a sudden, there was a jump in all of Brittany Broski's production value. And the royal court is happening. And she's associating with different people and doing all
And
of
she's
these
getting
things.
A-list celebrities on the royal court.
Yes, she most certainly is.
Like A-list.
A team of people working.
Yeah.
And Miss Sarah Shower's doing whatever. Now, Miss Sarah Shower has been very open about certain political things that Miss Brittany Broski, I don't think, has until recently. And people are saying that, and this is not proven and this is not like true, but people are saying that there might be a certain filter down of like, we'll pay for all of this, but you just have to not talk about this, or we'll do all of this for you, but you have to make sure this person doesn't show up on your show, and you don't talk about this on the show, and you don't talk about this in your real life, and blah blah blah, and that kind of stuff, which is maybe why
I can 100% see this. You literally work in marketing, like you know when you vet certain clients and stuff like that for certain brand deals, like that's literally how it's done. People scour through their entire internet search history to the point of being like, have they ever posted anything political, has there anything been in whatever, to cover their asses on everything.
Yeah,
and I 100% understand that that's probably what they did.
Yeah, with certain people you don't know what they'll say. That's something as well. It's like you can't trust that they won't say something crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's how
like,
marketable can people be. So I'm sure, well, Brittany is quite polished. She is in a lot of the stuff. Now I know she has funny takes and she is quite funny, but I've gone off her. I went off her when we saw her live.
Yeah.
We saw her live last summer when she came to Ireland, and huge fans. She had GK Barry on though, which I thought was the wrong choice for a Dublin-based show. She was
that
on
specific one.
Yeah, I just don't think she necessarily. It did well in the UK, but I don't think it didn't do well here.
Yeah.
She lost, and then recently, like we've spoken about it, and I'm sure everyone's like, there's memes about it, but basically, like she's fetishizing Irish people.
It's crazy.
It's outrageous. We know she dated that Irish guy for a while, like that was a guy she'd been like dating or something, and then like that was a while ago, but now it's everything, and she's like crying over like the famine on her podcast, and it's like,
and she's talking about the Celtic Tiger, and it's like, the fuck do you know about that?
you were there,
You were in Texas. You learned about this 2 days ago. Why are you educating me
that's
on the Celtic Tiger?
of all
things.
It's so.
Oh, her next thing's going to be the House of Guinness. I just know it.
100%. Same thing with the kneecap.
She already posted
about it. Yeah. It's that Kingfisher, her whole thing of being like, nobody told me about Kingfisher. Why didn't anybody tell me about Kingfisher?
Why didn't anybody tell me about CMAT? It's like, girl. Anyway. I
digress. Back onto their brand, Teddy Fresh. So that was basically the James Charles gate, very COVID-ish, to bring us back in. But also through Reddit posts, it was very much found that apparently it was a quite toxic place to work in, the clothing brand. Like that had been kind of known. They had a bit of a bad juju.
Okay, bad name, bad rap.
Bad name, bad rap. Okay. I think following on as well from the controversy is being like, oh, they've stolen smaller creators' designs.
Yeah, which is never
like
cute.
So, which is never cute. Especially being like, it's not just a large company like Shein stealing designs. It's... two people who you know, so there's a face. It's like, oh, that guy there.
You're the face of your brand, like,
and especially when
accountable.
Podcasts that they had. Sorry, I'm just going to go onto H3H3. Like, they had this brand, they built up this like huge following, and they were producing content at a crazy rate. Like I didn't realize
at a very high
quality, high level. Like I didn't realize that their podcast that they were releasing weekly was 4 hours long.
Yeah, like they're
like
on top
they were
of it.
like, I didn't realize it was 4. Like we are just new to the podcast game, and like I'm not questioning that we could fill 4 hours of content.
Of course,
that's
would people want to
not.
listen to it? No,
I'm sure there's one. So that's basically it. H3H3, huge. Didn't necessarily realize, but frenemies. This is when
you gain consciousness
of who he is. This is now like filming.
Fucking look at the last video. It's us.
That's exactly why I wanted. I really found their episodes where they like did this full beat, like full
so
dress up, so good. But I loved it because I was like, we'll be dressed up for the episode, so I was like, I thought that'd be quite fitting. Mogging on you all.
I'm mogging. Excuse me. I'm mogging.
I mog, you mog, we mog.
He, she, it mogs. Yes.
Yes. So, the Frenemies podcast was a YouTube show hosted by them, known for its volatile and unpredictable dynamic. As we've seen, because there was
It got
argument
messy.
after argument after argument after argument, everything was fucking blowing up the entire time. It was Trisha walking off, people saying this, tweets after tweets after tweets of them attacking each other, then becoming friends again, and then attacking each other and things. It was quite up and down for a lot of it, and a lot of it, like I personally, and it's because I wasn't a fan of him coming into it. I was coming from whatever side she was coming from. I was like, I don't think this guy is particularly likable. That was my intake of it.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
People like him, and he is a very different audience to her, and she's a very different audience to him, just in general, and like always
they're
did
quite
historically. But I think he had this weird, sinister way of always making her seem like she was crazy.
Yes.
And I don't like that.
No.
I don't like when he would like gaslight to be like, you're crazy, you need to take your meds, you need to go to like the hospital.
He'd be
and it's
quick
like,
to like throw
you're
the shit.
insane. In fact, sir.
Yeah. So how it started was H3H3 had a
I said that.
joke version of The Bachelorette, and Trisha was brought on, and that's how she was introduced to that
Cute.
kind of world.
She was introduced to the
She was introduced
Bachelorette.
to The Bachelorette, and obviously views had gone up, and they had a good kind of dynamic, I suppose, and people fed off of that because, again, frenemies, they were so opposites, and they had both dragged each other publicly before, so people were interested in it, and that's kind of where frenemies started.
Yeah.
So 40 episodes in total.
I didn't know they had that many.
40 episodes, I know.
I actually thought, I've seen probably clips, I think we probably all have, of every single one, but like, I thought they maybe made it to like 20 or something.
No, they made it to 40.
40
Obviously, we have some iconic clips from it of her, for Trisha speaking. She's like, yeah.
Yum.
A joke, but you wanted to get
I
in
would
and get
ne-
that cash grab.
Who the fuck's gonna pay me to be on OnlyFans?
A lot of people. Do you watch?
Why do you go,
Why do you go, after
And I
everything?
notice it now.
I
in
noticed it too,
people.
but like, she,
Yum.
yeah. But I love that clip so fucking much. But that is hysterical. But that,
Cash grab.
They did 40
Yeah.
episodes. So just to
Say.
get my precise date right here with my fucking no glasses on. First episode of Frenemies podcast aired September 15th, 2020. Ended due to persistent arguments in June 2021.
Slay. Yeah. That's
How long
crazy.
was that for?
3, 6, 9 months.
9 months. 40 episodes, 9 months.
Say. That feels like a long time. I felt like it ended earlier than that.
Yeah, and this is it. So they had a lot of stuff going on
Yeah, like weekly vibe.
with it. I'm also going to talk into like the end of Frenemies and how like they kind of like began.
Photo.
Yeah, how they. That's exactly what I look like right now. So there was a lot of issues. They had fights. They had kind of breakups on the air before.
Yeah.
She made a lot of like. He claimed that he was made feel uncomfortable because she kept like wanting him to come on to OnlyFans and like made videos on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But he kept making really inappropriate jokes about sex work and her, and then obviously the jokes about her being infertile and everything like that. There was a lot of stuff going on here. There was a lot of out of pocket things done on either side. They were ups and downs. They had ups. They had a good streak of episodes where basically they were actually really, really good friends. They did carpool karaoke. They got a psychiatrist on. They both did like narcissism tests. They did goat yoga. Like there was a lot of stuff that they had done together that like things were going well. Content was going at a good pace. Trisha then obviously was making a lot of being like, I want to be a Jew.
See, this is my thing with Trisha Paytas. I'm like, girl. She still sometimes does that because her husband is Jewish. But I think that's wild.
Yeah.
That's my thing with Trisha as well. I'm like, you are a bit fucking crazy.
Oh, she's absolutely tapped. Absolutely tapped. And I truly believe that I am trans.
Very that.
Do you know?
It's very that. And it's like, okay, so what are we doing?
And like that, and like, ugh. But at the same time, her doing a one-woman show of Hamilton and an entire YouTube video, I think is hysterical.
I know.
But this, so there was then issues in relation to money disputes, the breakdown of profits. This podcast, Frenemies, as we've seen in Cancelled, was all under H3 Productions.
Ah, yes.
Wasn't done by Trisha's account. It was done on his, so obviously all revenue goes to him. As COVID was breaking and things were kind of opening up a little bit more, H3 decided to rent a studio downtown LA. Amazing. We're going to move. We're going to have a whole production. This is where we're going to have our production team. That's where we're going to have it. Amazing. Because obviously they have all their other content at the same time. They were doing this, but then Trisha was like, no, I'm not going downtown. We'll still film in your basement. I'm not going downtown. So then increase their costs because they now have to have their entire set at home and an entire set downtown.
Yeah.
Things are going, oh, not looking good. Disputes on like content ideas was starting where like they were saying Ethan was shooting down a lot of Trisha's ideas and then saying that Ethan didn't come with any fresh ideas for the podcast. There was also then disputes being like he's recycling materials. So like when him and his wife's name, who I've just forgotten,
Hila.
When they had one of their second baby, they like the title of it was like pregnancy announcement, but it was just a photo of Ethan and Trisha. So Trisha had to tweet out and was like, I'm not pregnant. This is their announcement.
And that's tough as well because she had her fertility issues.
Yeah, and that came out like 4 days after they had already posted about their pregnancy announcement in their episode of their podcast. So it was really just recycled material. And Trisha commented on that being like, I don't think that's fair. I think it's lazy.
It's lazy, but it's also very like YouTube.
Oh, 100%.
Like people are going to click on it.
People are going to click on it. But
You know?
it is definitely like, that was just an example. But basically saying that she was coming up with ideas, Ethan
he wasn't. Yeah.
and that it was being a bit lazily done. There was issues then in relation to like production of, she had made claims that there was no women on his team. He eventually did actually hire a female editor, I think. That was
women.
It was a wife of one of the other production members.
A dumb woman editing a H3 podcast. Yeah. Wow. How big of him? How progressive?
Huge.
Very that.
So it was a lot of like, ooh, okay. Trisha then, the breakdown essentially it was messy boots.
It was messy because it was on
boots.
camera.
It was on camera and it was her finally being like,
I'm done.
Like, no, like and again, I think in a lot of the clips, like from what I got, like she was like, you're gaslighting me. And he was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, so you don't even see what you're doing. Like you are in what you're saying is doing it. And he was just like, no. And she's like, okay, so like, no, I'm out.
She was also, she was quite vile about like his wife.
Oh,
and
100%.
stuff. And like she was vile. Like both people were vile, but I think he was just really trying to portray it as though like, no, of course I'm not wrong. She's crazy, guys. She is crazy. She's crazy, ugly boogly.
I'm going to do Ethan's tweet first when it had finished, which was, I'm honestly gutted over this whole thing. Trisha's video this morning was a total surprise to me. I don't really know what more I can say or do. I'm very sorry to all the fans of Frenemies. I know how much it meant to everyone. I did everything humanly?
Everything I humanly could.
Everything could to save it. What? Did I read that wrong?
No. Some of the words got jumbled, but it was fine.
Same time. You guys got the point. Trisha's tweet. Other than I'm so sorry it's ending this way, I feel horrible. This is the worst feeling to see people think I'm this heartless monster who doesn't do anything wrong. I have been in the wrong so many times on Frenemies. They've been really wonderful to me. I've read that right, yeah.
Yeah, but she seemed really positive about it.
She'd like claimed, so she then was like, after the fact, she was like, I think I took the wrong end of the stick. She made the video straight away of her being like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And like that's, I think when people were like, oh shit, no, like they weren't expecting it. There was a lot of other stuff because like she had obviously like, when the two of them were on good terms, she had mentioned obviously his wife. She's like, oh yeah, like why doesn't like can he like be on the podcast? And he was like, he doesn't want to she doesn't want to be on the podcast. She doesn't want to be associated with you. To the extent there's certain clips where he's like, cut this out. Like she doesn't want to be mentioned.
Yeah, she'd be behind the scenes sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't obviously like be on camera.
On camera.
But I think she was there during the filming because I think Moses was there as well. And like that's
Yes.
how they all were like intermingling. Now, I don't know. I could be mixing up like remembering certain things with her podcast now, because I know Moses is on it. But I feel like they were there. Maybe they
were.
weren't.
No, because
Sometimes,
Moses was in, Moses obviously being her
husband.
being Trisha's husband, but he was on the production team of H3H3
in
and
general,
he was on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette,
I'm
and that's
with
how they
you.
met originally.
I'm with you.
And that's why when Trisha made all these, like, there's clips of her being like, I don't know if I'm just attracted to you because you're Jewish and you're new and interesting, or like because of this and whatever. It was very like, oh,
like, this is it. And it's like, Trisha.
it's like, girl, But this podcast is not about Trisha. This is about Ethan Klein.
You were so right, girl. You were so right.
This
I would have
is
gone
it.
down a hole. You were so right.
Their podcast ended.
The podcast ended bad terms.
Bad terms, 40 episodes. So, family tree. If you think your work balance is messy boots, imagine being this family. So, Trisha Paytas meets her now husband on the H3H3 podcast, on The Bachelorette spin-off that they did on the channel. They met then, they started dating a while. There was some like ying when they first started dating. They started dating and there was videos of like he had like bruises and Trisha was like, oh, he bruises really easily because like, yeah, there was like some new stuff. And then being very much her wanting to convert to Judaism because of him and all this kind of stuff. And then her like increasing her Jewish content where it's like, okay, everyone's like, but her husband and Ethan's wife are brother and sister.
They are indeed.
So their children are cousins.
Yes.
So messy boots.
Very.
Obviously, their partners had a huge fight. Don't speak. Ethan and Trisha. Hila and Moses are brother and sister.
They are.
Which I'm sure everyone knows. Brothers and sisters can fight. However, they had a huge falling out and they are not on speaking terms still to this day. To the extent that their kids
don't see each other.
Don't see each other at all, which is a shame because I think, for my personal opinion on families is that whatever your beef is with each other, your kids have the right to know each other. Your cousins at the end of the day.
I do agree, but I am also personally of the thing where like families are families and they're like, I don't really tend to judge. If families aren't speaking, I'm like, girl, they're so fucking messy. Their families are so 100%. Messy. And if people aren't speaking, it is what it is. And it's their business as far as I'm concerned. Fair. And I get like depriving your kids of whatever, but as long as like, I'd be more concerned about their mum and dad. Like grandparents, their grandkids, like that they all get to see each other and stuff.
I see what you're saying.
I'd be curious with that because obviously you don't want to see your kids not speaking over these two fucking people that have entered their lives. But again, none of my business.
It is messy boots though.
But as they've shared it, but it is
messy.
Messy.
But as a family tree of having, and I think what it is the parents both being in the public eye.
That's tough.
That's what makes everything messy boots.
Yeah.
Also to note, a conspiracy. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. Actually, I think it's the truth. Is obviously Trisha and Moses' children being like Malibu, Barbie, and all those stupid names are complete fake names. They're not.
Yeah, I don't think they were like Aquaman and Barbie and all that stuff. I think that's just what they called them.
They're just fake names for like their own sakes, I think, so that like, they don't.
So they protect them and stuff.
To protect them, exactly. Like obviously they're in the vlogs and everything like that she does, but
which is lethal. I hate that.
We might do a deep dive on family vloggers.
I'll get heated. I don't like it at all.
It's disgusting.
I think it's vile.
But yeah, so basically family tree, messy boots, ain't good. Next up, Ethan. His political stance.
Now,
so this one is, I think, people who have a following and have a large public image. What they say and what they do in certain things in political climates are very important. Because they have such a, I think, cult following. I think sometimes the YouTubers and the influencers have more of a cult following than actors and celebrities because they put their entire personalities out on the internet. So people
feel like you know them.
People feel that they know them.
It's like a crazy level of like
because of
parasocial.
that, people will get even their opinions, I think, matter even more sometimes. Would be my opinion on that. I feel like they're
so accessible as well.
They're accessible, so what they say is, you're like, oh well, like, I've been watching her for 5 years. She's like my best friend. I listen to her when I eat food.
Dinner with her every day.
Yeah, or like I listen to her when I'm on the bus on the way to work. If she says the sky is green, oh my god, yeah, like, I can,
maybe the sky is green, and I can see where she's coming from.
I can see where she's coming from. Like, you know, and I think that is such a,
especially if you're not educated in any other way other than you listen to these people, and so what they say, you're like, oh well, they must be right,
yeah,
because they're smart and they portray themselves as these like genius people. But I do agree, especially YouTubers. I think it gets messy because they're so accessible to kids.
Sorry, I feel like a mother there. Like, it's not moving.
What in that?
They're so accessible to children.
They're so accessible to kids. Especially actually H3 with those like clothes and stuff. H3 was big with like younger people.
Yeah.
Like in the like 2015s, because they were like slightly edgy, and you were like, like a Shane Dawson and iDubbbz.
Yeah, I think it's because they were like, oh, they're making comedy like that isn't necessarily out there.
Yeah, it's like super stupid, and it was like edgy. It was like Joji as well, like that kind of stuff. Or what was his name? Filthy Frank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm sure I do, but I don't.
Joji will play him a song out. He's like a huge artist now, but he used to be Filthy Frank, and he had a bunch of characters, and he was best mates with this guy as well. And he was like huge, and he made like these really like super edgy, racist videos and like comedy and that kind of stuff. And they're like, it's super fucking edgy. You just probably wouldn't get it. Probably. Get it. It's that kind of a vibe.
Heard. So, Ethan Klein is Jewish, married to an Israeli woman, and holds dual citizenship of the USA and Israel. In some of his clips that have been out recently, his clip is, I think it was in a live where he was stating that he was like, I'm so excited to bring my children. They're planning to go and, no, I'm so sorry. It could have been last year that they were planning on going, or it's this summer. Basically, it was a clip of him going, I'm so sorry, that he was talking, that he was saying, he's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to bring my kids to Israel. Like, I'm so excited for them to see how like beautiful this place is and how like multicultural it is and all this stuff. And he ended up having to apologize for it.
Multicultural?
Yeah, he ended up having to come out and apologize for it. That he was like, everyone was like, are you fucking tapped?
Multicultural.
So publicly he has in lives, lives is one thing because I feel like that's unedited. It's out live. And then there's his actual videos that he has posted, so somebody has gone through them
and said it's fine to go up.
That is given the green tick, and he couldn't have not given the green tick to the things that are going out.
Yeah,
you know,
it's what he believes.
Yeah, but we give the green tick to like what we approve it,
and it's at the very same level, and it's just as important.
So for our billions of followers that are thousands of billions of fans, he has defended Israel's right to exist and has criticized anti-Israel rhetoric and believes it to be anti-Semitic. There's been a lot of stuff, and so he's been in a lot of hot water about his beliefs and what he's been portraying out there. He criticizes the left media and has had a lot of like some of the stuff. It's like,
it's crazy.
It's absolutely wild.
He's had many debates and clashes with Hassan, who's like the fucking opposite to him.
Yeah. There is now, so the bottom photo is a screen grab of a clip of a podcast that basically, obviously he had to do, what's the word?
Their mandatory conscription. Their mandatory service.
Mandatory conscription. And that's something they have to do. Doesn't matter what side you fall on, that's something that you have to do.
Man, woman,
you do it. Or you either try to flee your country, or I think you can get it postponed for educational, and then you'll have to go back and do it anyway. But
they need them all trained for moments like these.
So in older clips and in older videos, she has claimed that she was a soldier, and has used the word specific soldier many times. Ethan has also claimed and been like, yeah, my wife was a soldier.
Yeah, he used to brag about it. I remember that, and I used to not like it.
It was very much like used now, especially in this clip here that we might be able to insert. She's like, she really moves away from the word soldier altogether, and she's very much changed her entire tone on it.
How was your experience in the military?
I was in like a combative role.
Yeah, you weren't a fighter.
I wasn't a fighter.
What did you do? What was your role in the military?
At first, I was given a role that was like in an office somewhat close to my house in Tel Aviv.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like going to a day job in an office.
explaining that she's like, oh, you know, like, I think you could maybe say I was a journalist.
Me.
And she was like,
avoiding responsibility
she
for
was like-
anything. Yeah, no,
she
I
was
was like
like-
more. I was just
she's
kind
like,
of there.
I was actually a secretary.
Some computer thing.
Right. Okay. So secretary.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
I was doing a lot of admin.
I was a secretary
Lot of
within
admin.
things. So in this, I don't know if it's in this clip or if one of the others that she speaks about the fact that she went on a ride along. So in an older video, she states that she had gone on and that she had requested, this was not a part of her role, but she had requested that she was able to go on a ride along where they were abducting a Palestinian terrorist.
Beautiful.
She went, it's a Palestinian territory. She had claimed that she went there, obviously in her story, but what had happened was she had gone over, she was involved, she got out of the car, she went into the home to this abduction of this, again, for their claims, Palestinian terrorist. That was a story that she had told before on different podcasts, and now is claiming, and Ethan, it's so funny because it's, you know, when people like literally put the two clips together, and she was like, and he's like, she never even left the car, cuts to her video. So I was out of the car.
She volunteered to go into raids.
in this raid.
No, it was just mandatory service. I was debating not doing it.
Yeah, you were a secretary and you went on a ride along.
And I was a secretary. I was the soldier.
Hila was a soldier in the Israeli army.
I was a soldier. You got a problem? Don't rewrite history. I'm not going to sit by and let people rewrite what I did and what is my life. It was mandatory service, so I hated that, and then I asked for like a change. If I don't like the second one, then I'll just find a way to get out of the army.
Why was your wife in Ramallah?
Maybe are getting a terrorist that killed civilians. She
It's
sat in a
not
car.
complicated, Ethan.
She
It's
sat in a
not
car and
complicated
didn't
at
even
all.
leave it.
I walked with them to one house.
Okay.
I did get out of the car.
It's as it is, and she's there like,
It's crazy.
It's crazy because then she's like, oh, people are like, she was like, oh, she was forced to do this. It was conscription. And she was like, I just asked. I just asked to go on this ride along. And yeah,
she's like, they're so stupid.
No, the clip is something, I really hope you get the clip for it because she's like, yeah, I'm cute. And I just asked. So they said, yeah.
They did it just because I asked and I'm cute.
Like, it's actually not even funny because it's
And
like you killed
it's
like,
it's not
people.
funny and it's absolutely crazy. And so she's there saying in her now currently is what she's claiming is that she was a secretary, that her roles were in this, and then it's the clip of the photo of her in the rifle. And I understand it's all conscriptions, you have to do it.
Of course,
but
yeah, they all have photos
she's-
like that.
What's happened now is that she's completely changed her narrative on it.
I was going to say, so have they started to kind of change and shift narratives because they're realizing the backlash of it slightly?
Slightly,
Have they?
they've now like,
but they're like, I
switched
actually
it.
didn't really do anything. I still support Israel, but I actually wasn't really this evil. And everyone's like, you are pure evil incarnate, in fact.
So they're
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
yeah. Important to note, he has criticized the actions of the Israeli government and has shown sympathy for Palestine's suffering, but is pro-Israel at the end of the day, and has stood on that.
And it's because, yeah, I mean, his wife is from Israel. He claims that he's like so proud of Israel. I can assume that he's probably fairly
I think
pro-Israel.
I think it's wild that he outwardly is like, yep, so excited to bring my children over to visit this amazing place.
It's insane.
In
These
the
people are
in the
fucking
middle
crazy.
of a war.
Also, look at the photos of him and him now. In the past, like 3 or 4 years, he has aged like 20 years. It's
Yeah.
actually quite scary. I don't know what happened. Something must have really fucking happened there because it's like he's like not the same person anymore. It's really quite scary.
He's and like he's 40, but he
Yeah, but
looks
it's
like he looks rough.
He looks mid-50s, but he's also like he's aged about 15 plus years, and he's even the way he speaks and acts, and he's so erratic in the past 2 to 3 years.
erratic. I think is a really good
He's
word.
like, and he's just moving and he's twitching. And I get like, sorry, Tourette's, but he's always had Tourette's. That hasn't developed. So it's like, what happened? And he's like,
That's such a-
fucking crazy. He just looks like he's had a breakdown and is having a breakdown all the time, and it's
Do you
really
remember-
quite like
do you remember-
sad.
I think it was in the Frenemies
Not
era
that
when they
sad.
shaved like half of his head.
Yeah, and he was just like,
And I was like, oh,
he looks
what's going on
insane.
here?
A lot was going on now. COVID was a wild time for all of us.
This
and I'll
is-
give
that's
them
fair,
that.
actually.
Because like I feel like he wasn't as crazy then. He's lost a bunch of weight. They had the extra kid, and they both. Hila too is like very thin.
Yeah.
They both look really unwell to me. I'm like,
Wrecked, I think is the word. Like,
exhausted. These bags under their eyes. Like, look at them. They look exhausted.
because I'd say they're fucking swatting away every hate comment that they're getting right now, and they're like, no, we're okay, we're okay.
crazy.
Like, we're just pro-Israel because of this. It's like, hold on a second. And at the end of the day, what it is that they're
From there.
but they're outwardly saying this, and they're, I think, to a lot of it, not. Can I say that they're spreading misinformation, or that they're spreading?
It's propaganda and
Propaganda?
everything. It is misinformation.
Yeah.
Like, it is false for them to say Israel isn't doing anything and anything anti-Israel is anti-Semitic. I think that whole it's like, so being genocidal is in line with Jewish beliefs. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Starving children and killing children is like, which is crazy. Sorry, we're getting a little bit too into it. But like, we, like, people who, like, it's all insane. I didn't realize that they'd come out to be like slightly more like sympathetic towards Palestine, which is he just looks fucking insane.
But they're sympathetic, but still.
Still pro-Israel.
outwardly
They will be.
pro-Israel, and they're like,
Oh, they will be. She was in the IDF.
yeah,
As was Moses,
yeah.
is my thing.
So,
But yeah,
that is his political stance.
he looks fucking insane.
It ain't looking good, bro.
Especially beside Hassan, who's just like the most gorgeous man you've ever seen in your life.
Very attractive.
Very handsome.
Wouldn't necessarily be like, I know what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think he's not
like
like
6'7".
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like as wide as this couch. He's huge. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, to be fair.
Something he does annoy me slightly sometimes, but I just think he is very attractive.
Something. This is me being judgy, and I know we literally have a podcast. Something about being a Twitch streamer. I don't know. Like, I know that's the new thing. Twitch isn't something I can like comprehend. I don't think.
I don't really
It's
have
very Black Mirror to me. That it's like
live streaming everything.
Yeah, it's very Black Mirror, and I know that's the way it is, and
love
people
Twitch.
love it.
It was COVID again.
Yeah,
It was COVID again. COVID did a lot, but I don't really love a live stream. Twitch has been a thing.
yeah, but Twitch was pre-COVID, was it? Or,
It's like been a thing, but I think Twitch really kind of hit its peak when like all of the YouTubers and all of the streamers and all of the people like that were all hopping in each other's lives and they were all playing together, and it was what's not Get Out, what's it called?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Yeah.
They were all playing Among Us, they were all playing Minecraft, they were all playing Fortnite. And they were all playing these
But this
things.
is what I find. That's what I would
And that's when they
associate
all got their
Twitch
real
with.
followings.
Would be
But it was totally
video
before that.
games.
Yeah.
It's very like, to my mind. I think Twitch. I think of streamers. I think of video game
But
streamers.
it's like it's way more stuff now.
100%, as we've seen with him. You know, like people are talking about different things.
People watch it.
reactions now. You're getting like live reactions and all this
Yes.
kind of stuff too.
I don't love them. I like watching them clipped and like edited because I don't have the
Attention
patience
span.
to sit. That's my thing. I'm like, it's crazy that people have the attention span to watch it.
Okay, so moving on.
This is the new one.
This is the new one. This is topical. We've seen it. It's out at the moment. Pedo Trollgate. Don't people put gate at the end of the word? Like, and it's.
No, I would say it would be like Pedo Gate. It wouldn't be Pedo Troll Gate.
Oh. Okay.
Or was his account name Pedo Troll?
Yeah.
Maybe it is Pedo Troll Gate. Do people not say gate at the end of the
So, like, do that thing, you know, and it's like.
like Watergate?
Yeah. So, Pedo Trollgate.
For sure.
So, what had happened was
He had a Reddit account.
Was no, but I'm trying to think. Was Reddit hacked? Was it that with?
No, they sourced. There was this guy, and I think it was either something with the following, but they sourced the email that was assigned to this account.
Yes.
And it came out that it was his email
Yes.
and it was the same email as another account. Like he had
And
multiple
that's
accounts,
how
and it was
they
this
found it.
one. And he came out and confirmed it.
Wild that he
Pedo
came out.
Trollgate.
So, Pedo Trollgate. Apparently, this was a Reddit account from years and years and years ago. So
It had
I'll
been
give-
going right up until recent.
I want to give his shitty apology before we even get into what he was actually said, because genuinely, if you look at the apology and you didn't really know what was happening, or you didn't really realize, he minimized everything he said, and
It was a joke.
and he was like, oh, that was the humor of the time, I was just trying to make these like crude humor crude jokes to
I
like
hate when people say it's the humor of the time. No, it wasn't. We were all there.
no, we
This
every
is 2015.
TikTok was like we were there. No, it wasn't. It's like, why do you think this is okay? And he was like, no, I was self-promoting my YouTube channel. That's how I was using it. I was using these jokes to get attention.
Pedo troll.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Freak.
I'm going to just read off my slide to get a few of the things. So, also the fact that it was literally called pedo troll.
You have kids. I think it's disgusting.
I know he started it.
Kids should be taken off him.
Okay, so some of the posts attributed to that account included ask Reddit prompt, what socially inappropriate thing are you frequently tempted to do? With answers like touch little boys.
Hilarious.
Ew!
Hilarious.
Ew! The account has posts about harassing children and incest themed jokes. Ethan has admitted that the account was his, claiming it was made over 15 years ago and it was only a joke. The posts were a parody. Parody of fucking what?
Yeah.
Like of what? So I'm gonna read out his
Hilarious.
apology. This is what he went to Instagram to apologize.
Stories as well, because then it would disappear. God forbid it's a post.
Which is interesting when you like think of it. So my friends, I have a terrible confession to make. Yes, it is true. My 15-year-old Reddit account was identified by using a doxing website that lists a history of all emails and passwords that have been leaked in illegal data breaches. A post last night was made on the Snark subreddit by the person who obtained this information. With Reddit's help, this person was able to
Disseminate. Spread.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard it disseminate.
He's using big wordy words because he's like,
yeah.
I'm so smart. I would never.
With Reddit's help, this person was able to disseminate this illegally and maliciously obtained information to a community whose sole purpose is to harass me, my family, and my employees.
You poor thing.
In doing so, some terrible revelation. Why can't I read? Revelations were made. Yes, my account username, pedotroll, made a few bizarre and edgy attempts at being funny.
Sorry you didn't get it.
My
Sorry
humor
you
was
didn't
above
get it.
your brain level to fucking understand this.
Pedo troll, bitch.
It was common on Reddit 15 years ago to create a thematically named troll account to post silly things from. The method was to have Redditors read something crazy, then click the username and realize it was a goof. You can see evidence of this on most of the posts made by In Character. These troll stories include anecdotes that cleverly never... These...
No, he didn't spell that right. It's anecdotes.
Yeah. These troll stories include anecdotes that clearly never happened, including a story that references my children, who were born 10 years later. Further evidence of this...
The fact that he even had to type that is fucking disgusting. Saying stories that you've written about your children and they weren't even born then. You're disgusting.
Joke's on you, you don't get it.
That's disgusting. You wrote jokes, pedophile jokes about your kids, and you're referencing them in this is fucking disgusting. To take the thing off you, to be like, oh, they weren't even born yet when I was making those jokes.
I feel like he created an account with not his real name in it to make these sick jokes, to put this on, to self-promote his own YouTube channel, which I don't buy, that he's like, oh, this is the humor, whatever. You made a fake account. You made a trolling account. You were behind a screen doing this. It's not fucking funny. Further evidence of this is simply that I was self-promoting my YouTube channel while doing these parody posts. I knew I was personally identifiable the entire time, but it wasn't.
Well, you didn't, because you're making this.
Because you're making this, because it came out now and you have to apologize for it. It wasn't obvious at the time that what it was
illegally doxed. No, it wasn't obvious.
His thing, this information was illegally taken, data breach. You wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for the fact that this information was taken illegally.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm I don't buy that section of it. No, I was trying to be funny so people would look at my account and discover my YouTube channel. I was not ashamed of it then, and I am not ashamed of it now. Embarrassed? Yes. On par with cringing at my old YouTube videos. Yes, there are a few posts of me being a Zionist Jewish supremacist, which includes me mostly arguing with someone called Israel Nazi Germany. He posted this in his apology. In totaling, about 95% of the posts were about StarCraft 2 or self-promoting my YouTube channel. I have nothing to hide and nothing to apologize for. And remember, folks, joking about pedophilia is not the same as having it on your computer. Now, wait. So this is his apology. This is his apology for what was found on Reddit from his account that he had posted, and is claiming that it is a parody, that this was all just for promotion of his YouTube account, which I completely understand that you want to promote your own fucking shit. I cannot believe that you're claiming this was fine. I don't like when people are like, oh, they use the N-word and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, but like at the time, no. Don't. Taken from his Reddit.
Perfect.
Sometimes now I take my kids through the same park and something comes over me. I force their head into the water to recreate the scene with my grandma, and I hold their faces until they almost drown and then take them out. Part of me feels that I'm trying to relive that memory and save her, and I'm afraid that one day I will drown my children too.
Hilarious. Yeah, just hilarious.
Peak comedy there.
really
Like
funny.
I like so funny.
Like, and I totally get it. Like, he's so he it is funny. What's the joke? Am I missing something with these kinds of things?
This one actually just like to read out loud is disgusting. Like it was really particularly like just gross. This N-word child sure is elastic. Reminds me of when I stand in front of the mirror and twist my hips so my, can I say dick?
You just said it.
Sorry.
No, we don't curse. We don't curse on this podcast.
That's fucking right, Ciara. We don't curse on this podcast.
Can I say dick? Can I say penis?
Can I say? Yeah, sorry. I think we covered penis a few times. Reminds me of when I stand in front of the mirror and twist my hips so my dick dances around in circles. Usually stops like he did too when it hits my 2-year-old in the face. Lol. This is fucking disgusting. He usually stands under me asking what I'm doing. I just tell him daddy is dancing. Lol. What the fuck?
It's so fucked.
And his apology being like, I stand behind everything I said.
Yeah, is it cringy? Maybe.
Cringy?
I'm not sorry.
What the fuck is about that is cringy? It's fucking disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I can't
Imagine
believe
being
you
the like father of
stand
your
over
children.
that. But to stand over that and be like, haha, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
I understand there's like some jokes that people have made. They're like, oh, that doesn't
he
hit
just
well
needs to
now.
go.
It's disgusting.
All in all,
He's a fucking piece
bad
of shit.
guy.
I personally think that he is
fucking rat bag.
horrendous.
I'm so glad I never really watched him. I was very conscious of him. And do you know why I didn't watch him? And I'll tell you for why I didn't watch him. And I remembered it halfway through when we were watching it with Trisha. He made this video many a moon ago. I think it was probably about 10 years ago, where he was talking about female YouTubers, like women who happen to be YouTubers. And Trisha was one of them. Tana was one of them, and Chloe Ferry was another one of them. You know, your one from Geordie Shore.
Yeah.
All of these girlies were some of them, and it was about how they photoshopped their photos, and it was like crazy, and had like, you're making girls want to like do these crazy crash outs, which is like a fair point, whatever, of like, you shouldn't over edit your photos to be super unrealistic. Like, you don't even look like that, and these kids are watching you, and they're inspired to do whatever. He then went on, and like at the time, Tana Moja was maybe 17,
because she was 16,
young
17,
starting.
18. She was very young starting on YouTube.
She was quite young. So yeah, she was probably like 18 at the time, because it might have been 2016, let's say. So she was like around then. And it was Trisha Paytas and it was Chloe Ferry, who was probably also in her early 20s at the time. And he was speaking so awfully about them. I remember watching it at 16 or 17 and being like, oh my God, you're a fucking... I was like, I don't know what you think you're doing by like degrading these women to like bone and mush and dirt and grit, being like, you're a fat fucking whale, look at the fucking size of you, like Shamu washed up, and you have to like, it's crazy. And I was like, do you think you're empowering women by taking the photos of these women and acting as though they're like the ugliest thing in the entire... Exactly. He was so ugly. Shamu. And I remember seeing it and being like, oh, this guy's not a good person. And I consciously decided not to watch him. And then seeing shit like this, I'm like, you deserve the death. Sorry. Calm down. Do you know what? We're all grown-ups. I think I can calm down.
I can come down.
That's the frontal lobe came
Yeah.
in there. But I don't think he's a good person. I don't think he deserves a platform. I understand that we're giving him one, but I think he's evil.
But I think he's evil. I just think that from somebody who has a platform. Sorry.
Just remembered how we look. Being like, and he is wrong.
This is I think one of our more serious episodes.
That's what it is.
We just look like this is crazy. Okay,
So to conclude,
awful
person.
He's an absolute awful person who's fuck ugly.
he is fuck ugly. And I'll say that again.
And I'll say that again.
I'll say it twice.
He has horrendous beliefs. He should not be allowed to have a platform.
Awful
And
wife. Awful.
I think it's crazy that somebody who's as crazy as Trisha Paytas
Comes across looking normal,
comes across looking normal in this
which
situation.
is wild. Like the better person.
And if that doesn't say it all, then I don't know what does. So, thank you for listening to this week's episode of our podcast. Happy Halloween to you all.
Happy
I hope you have an
Halloween.
amazing time. And tune in for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.